Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. How's it going? Went away for 4 days and all the seedlings have all come along great. All the potatoes have come up now. Even the dahlia here. Looks like the Charlotte have come up first, the Pentland Javelin second. But yeah, they're all coming up. It's all good. These got watered while I was away because it did rain, and I left a little thing coming in through there. In fact, I can see a snail in that corner just over there on the outside. He's heading for that hole though, so I'm going to have to try and grab him at some point, or her, or it, whatever it is. The cocoa coir potatoes are up, and so is the shop bought compost and my homemade compost. They're all up. The peas near, last of the Kent Blue, I've given some away to some customers. I'm going to give these away tomorrow to another customer. Just some more little seedlings, a couple of little cucamelons there, which I'm growing for the first time this year. Oh, I forget what they are. Some spares or something. I took the label out. Started it. Well, I've got some spring rolls from Aldi, and I thought, oh, they're quite like little domes. They are like little cloches. So I put them over there like that to try and keep the moisture in. But it's not really helped, I don't think. Nothing's germinating in them, unfortunately. So I have to re-sow them. Frankenstein looks pretty good. They both do. Sorry about the onion in the way there. But I'm a bit shocked that there's only 4 shoots, 2 in each. So, and they're getting quite big now, so I think I'm going to have to take them out and have a little look at them. Toy set from Mike. It actually looks like it's going into, it looks like it's split into 2. So I might get 2 flower spikes now, you never know, I might get double the seed. The Atlantic Giant Pumpkin. Hashtag AGGC25, Elaine at Allotment Joy. That's doing alright, but it's not as good as the other one, what's germinated since. That one's romping away. I bought the Carolina Reaper peppers out and I've actually got 3 germinated now. So that's pretty good. I'm really stoked about that. They were from Elaine from Allotment Joy as well. Go check out her channel. Got quite a few cucumbers. I've got a couple of spare of those. I've got a couple of spare Market More, I think, and a couple of the spare Beth Alpha. But yeah, they're all doing alright. A little cucamelon here, what I pricked out last week before I went. Got some melons, Minnesota Midgets. Got 3 of those pricked out. They're from Bill and Val. So I really want to try and get a decent melon this year. So in the greenhouse, we're growing melons, cucamelons, tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers. And the tomatoes have come on leaps and bounds since I went away. They've pretty much doubled in size. But it might have been because I wasn't here to put them out and stuff. And they were under lights, but I had to put the light twice as high as it normally is to get the coverage. So yeah, like I said, I put all the plants in the house just because the temperature swings nearer too much. It'd get too hot in the day, which means everything would dry out. And also I weren't here to water them. So everything went inside under the light. And yeah, everything survived by the looks of it. Onions, Smelly D, they picked up. They're looking alright now. The Matsuri F1s are pricked out. They're doing alright. Got 1 all year round cauliflower in there. And cabbage greyhounds, the rest of them. The onions for the giant onion, the Alsay onions, with hashtag GOGC2425. I had to put a bottle over it because they're all starting to flop over and I was going away, but I didn't put the bottle all the way down, so there's a little bit of an air gap at the bottom. So I was worried that it would get too hot. But they're looking alright now actually. I'm going to have to think about pricking them out soon. So got a Bishop's Crown as well here, which is, you know, I've got the other bits of the spring rolls in there, which are tiny little cloches to go over the other seedlings which haven't germinated, but that hasn't worked yet. But I'll leave them on there for another week or two. Then I'll prick these out like the peppers. So yeah, everything's going pretty well. The things I pricked out first of all are all in these. Purple sprouting broccoli and the Marathon F1 broccoli. Doing really well. Swedes picked up as well. Invitation Sweden, I think it was it best of all, something like that? Yeah, best of all. Yeah, really happy. Calibos, red Calibos has picked up. But yeah, really happy with the potatoes though. It's like not the competition, the experiment is on. And I'm happy that the ones in the cocoa core have actually sprouted. Oh, and while I was away, I left the window open, just a little bit like that. I left the door open a little bit, just a little crack, just a little bit of circulation of the air, and basically it said maximum was 31.1 degrees, but I think that was probably before I moved it. Basically when it was up there in full sun, it was getting like ridiculous temperatures, like 40 degrees. It obviously wasn't that, so I put it down here in the shade. It says basically the minimum was 6.3, so that's with window slightly open and the door open. So I'm a bit more confident leaving the tomatoes and stuff out here now, but and the cucumbers, but not well. I'm going to keep them in for another week or two. Just keep my eye on the temperature. I think just get them a bit bigger. May pot them on because most of them are going to be going in here, and I don't want them to be too small. Because if I start throwing something about in here, I might end up killing them or something. Have a look around the garden. Not a massive amount going on, gotta say. Bit of asparagus. But to be honest, it's flowering now, so is the Erisium. There's a bee just visiting. So they're pretty cool. Yeah, not too much going on out here. That snail's over here, isn't it? The snail's just down there. I'll do if I can get it from here. Oh, I can. It's going to go for a journey over there. Right, oh yeah, so down here in these bins, that's where I keep my leaf mould, compost, and worm castings, all sieved, ready to go, but I'm getting a bit low, so I've got to get back over to the allotment and sieve some of that. Got a bit of old compost here, what I'm using to bulk out stuff what isn't too important, like the peas and stuff. A Kent Blue, I did actually put quite a few more in there. I thought it looked a bit sparse, so I put a few more in. I'll just put the support up, but I need to put some string around it, obviously. I need to do that sharpish before I start to flop out everywhere. I've also put the sweet peas in here now. I've pinched them all out. And after looking at this one, I thought this one looked a bit bare. So what I've done is I've put a load of seeds in there as well. So hopefully get a bit of a second flush of flowers after the first ones die off. That's the plan anyway, fingers crossed. So, just going to go in the house. Because that other pumpkin, which germinated after, is actually, looks like it's doing a lot better. It looks like a lot stronger plant than the other one. And I don't know if that's because I've put all the nutrients in the other one and it may have stunted it with its roots and stuff. But this one is going to go in here now and get it potted on, because all the roots are out the bottom. Right, take that label out first. I've already put the compost in there and put this pot. I'll quick show you the root system. So I'm really happy with my homemade seed mix this year. It's the first time I've ever used leaf mould with it, and so far, touch wood, I'm having some pretty good success rates with germination. All the seedlings looking healthy, not having much damping off, only really when I had the cloches over. And yeah, touch wood as well, I've not had no fungus gnats or anything like that. I have been watering from the top, which I know helps promote fungus gnats. If you water from the bottom, you don't generally get them so much. So I'm happy that I've not been getting fungus gnats in here as well. So that's pretty cool. I had basically all the plants on these two drip trays and the little Super 7 down here, which wasn't plugged in. The light was on a 12-hour timer to be on at 7 in the morning till 7 at night. So it wasn't really costing me much electricity because I've got solar panels. I did switch the light up to 50%, which is using roughly about 75 watts. But I had to raise it up and almost got full coverage really from that height with that little setup there. So they all survived. I got a little bit of natural light through there as well for a couple of hours during the day. But it was just more of a, you know, keep the temperature the same, no sort of real hot thing, not hot days or whatever, so that the containers all dried out. It worked really well, really happy with it. So I bought in some of the warm, loving weather plants, such as the little chilies there, Carolina Reaper. Yeah, the tomatoes, I don't really need to be in now, really, but probably going to pop them on. So the roots, just see them, better not turn them over and snap them. But yeah, and just cucumbers looking pretty good. But they don't want them to get stunted by putting them outside just yet. Temperatures in the evening could still be a little chilly. But yeah, I think I'm going to put on the tomatoes in a minute. I'm just going to pop them in here for now. I haven't got a massive amount of compost, but I'll just keep them going on there. I'll probably plant them just a little bit deeper. But they seem to have got a little bit leggy since I went away. I don't think the light's too far away really. It should be only 1 foot away, but I wanted to give it all a bit of a coverage, a bit of a spread, if you know what I mean. And also I want to chip some of these sweet corn seeds. So it's Ambrosia F1 sweet corn. It's a bicoloured sweet corn, like white and yellow little niblets. So I've just got a little container here, a bit of tissue in the bottom, rainwater. I'm just going to empty them on there. It's supposed to be about 50 in the pack. I think I counted 53. So a few little extras. But I only really need maybe 35 to 40 plants maybe. But if I get them all germinated, or a decent amount, so if I get like 49, I'll do 7 rows of 7 or something like that. So I'm going to put the lid on that to keep the moisture in. And I'm going to pop that in the airing cupboard, because that's the warmest place in the house at the moment, which is in darkness as well. So yeah, just going to put on the tomatoes now then. Okay, so I'm just going to stick a little bit of compost in the bottom. Do this bigger one first. I'll hold them by the leaves. Give that a real good squish, and I'll just pop out. No shave the roots, not too bad. I'll pop that in at an angle. Just backfill it round. Put it at an angle, you can get your fat fingers in the corners a bit easier. so actually I've not really planted them that much deeper. If you plant them deeper, they will root out from the sides, but not from the hairs. The hairs are trichomes. They're not adventitious roots. Right, so I'm just popping in a little bit of compost at the bottom of this pot. Let's do this next one. Oh, the roots on that one are pretty good as well. So like I say, pop it in the pot on the diagonal, if you can see that. So you've got big gaps to fit the compost in. Well, you don't, anything what I do, you know, you don't have to do what I'm doing. This is just what I do. Everyone's got their own way. I'm not saying this is the best way or anything like that, but it's just good to share little tips and tricks every now and again. But yeah, anything what I'm doing in any of my videos is just, you know, it's not necessarily best practice. It's just basically what I do. Alright, so that's got 2 done. So yeah, get compost bit in about the bottom of that one. So yeah, remember, don't grab them by the stem. You don't want to damage them stems. So when I do actually come to plant these, I'll probably take off these little baby leaves at the bottom and plant them somewhere just above that, up to that leaf there. Well, if I get a bit leggy, I might plant them a bit deeper. The only trouble is with planting them too deep, if you get a low truss, that low truss is going to be right close down to the soil. So you might have to remove that truss. But a lot of people remove the first truss anyway to stop, or to hopefully try and stop blossom end rot. You know, if you've got a young plant which is trying to put out flowers and fruit, hasn't got enough root system to support that fruit, then it can get calcium deficiency, which causes the blossom end rot. So planting them deeper, you get more root system on them, you're probably less likely to get blossom end rot. But then yeah, like I say, you might have to chop off the bottom truss anyway, or at least part of it. I know Charles Dowding lets most of them grow, and if there's a few at the end which haven't really pollinated, he'll just nip them off, let the others grow on a bit quicker. Anyway, so that's the tomatoes done. Tomorrow I think I'm going to have to, what was that, bring it up in it. Tomorrow I think I'm definitely going to have to do the Frankensteins. I'm going to have to put them on, I think, definitely. I was hoping more than 4 chits would have appeared, but once I tip them out tomorrow and have a little look around, there might be others just starting to grow which aren't, you know, above the soil yet. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing if you want to see how I'm going to try and grow 30 kilograms of potatoes from 1 potato. So yeah, thumbs up, thumbs down for your interaction, and thanks a lot. Goodbye.